Let's click into the journalist database and run a quick search for US journalists who write about technology. I'll do this by selecting the United States of America from the country field and then technology from the sectors and clicking apply filters. The system found more than 1,800 matches for me. You can use an AI campaign to automatically create a contact list, but if you prefer to browse profiles directly, the journalist database is perfect for that. Click into each profile to get a sense of the journalist and assess a fit for your company. Once you click into a profile, you'll see the contact's name, where they're based, the languages they write in, the topics they write about, their email address, and any available social profiles, including LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and more. In the sidebar, you'll also see the AI's best guess at how good of a fit this journalist is for the company you added to Press Ranger. So with this profile, the AI thinks Matthew is a strong fit because he writes about tech and AI in English in the USA, which is perfect for Press Ranger. Now I can add him to a contact list by clicking Add to List and selecting the list that I want to add him to. You'll see if I go into my list that Matthew has been added. I can also send Matthew an email by clicking Send Email and then selecting either a blank email or from one of my predefined mail templates. If I click this, it will open up the link in my default email provider on my computer, and I can use that for an individual blank email, or I can use that with a predefined mail template that is either written for you via an AI campaign, or you create yourself via the mail templates interface. I can also set a status for the contact, which adds it to my CRM. Now when I go to the CRM, under Contacted, I'll see Matthew's name. Lastly, I can add a note onto the contact. This way, I can keep track of everything that happens throughout my PR process and help me stay organized. Going one by one through the database is time-consuming, so there are also some great bulk selection tools to help speed up your workflow. In the top right, I can choose the Select All button, and then either select all the records on the page, or every record in the search up to a maximum of 300, and then add those to a contact list or set a status for them there. If you're having trouble finding journalists, the search bar is your best friend. You can use it to search bios, locations, names, and more. The sector selection tool uses broad industry-defined topics. It's almost always the best idea to pitch to the broadest selection of journalists possible, using the sector that your company belongs in. But if you want to find more niche journalists, the search bar is going to be your best friend. I'll use it here to do a sample search for the environment, and it will find journalists that are actively writing about environmental issues. Publisher database in much more detail. Let's click into the publisher database by clicking Publishers in the top navigation and run a quick search for US publishers writing in English who write about local news and clicking Apply Filters. The system found more than 3,600 records for me. You can use an AI campaign to automatically create a contact list of publishers, but if you prefer to browse publishers' profiles directly, this database is perfect. Click into each profile to get a sense of the publisher and assess a fit for your company. Once you click into a profile, you'll see the publisher's name, where they're based, the languages they write in, the topics they write about, their email address, phone number, and any available social media profiles, including LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and more. In the sidebar, you'll also see the AI's best guess at how good of a fit this publisher is for the company that you added to Press Ranger. With this profile, the AI thinks NBC is a moderate fit because they write about English and in the USA. I can add the publisher to a contact list by clicking Add to List and selecting my list. Now, when I go into my contact list, I'll see that NBC has been added. I can also send CNN an email by clicking Send Email and then selecting from a predefined mail template that I create or have the AI draft for me, or via a blank email. I can also set a status on a publisher, which adds it to my CRM. Lastly, I can add a note on the publisher. Which allows me to track my work and stay organized as I'm running my PR campaigns. Going one by one through the database can be time-consuming, so there are also some great bulk selection tools to help speed up your workflow. I can choose the Select All button at the top, and then choose either the Select All on Page or Select All from Search options to add all of these 12 publishers or the entire search of publishers to either a contact list or set a status on the CRM. If you're having trouble finding publishers, the search bar is your best friend. You can use it to search bios, locations, names, and more. The sector selection tool uses broad industry-defined topics. It's almost always the best idea to pitch to the broadest selection of journalists possible using the sectors. But if you want to find more niche publishers, you can use the search query bar. I'll use it here to do a sample search for mental health publishers, where the database will find the best publishers actively writing about mental health issues. As you can see here, we found a lot of great publishers that are actively covering the mental health space. The publisher database is an extremely powerful tool to find the best publishers actively writing about companies like yours. Let us know over email if you have any further questions, and happy ranging.